Salutations everybody, this is Dave Williams of Revealing Eyes, and welcome back to the latest edition of David's Corner. And today's video is going to be such a good one, I guarantee you, because I am here today to share about my experiences through my interactions with my sisters in Christ, and just share about what I would call what to not say or not do around women. Now, this is a video where you can take away some spiritual aspects from it, or just hear it from me and not find yourself getting friend zoned, because I am the master of getting friend zoned. So with the last two stories, they're going to be both connected simultaneously with these AKG earbuds. Now, this is probably my magnum opus of just how socially awkward I can be, how I can make a situation so unsettling. Just listen. Just listen to this. So, this is my job. I'm a janitor here at the Pierce Building, and we also have a second janitor who does her own things. And originally, we had this girl working here, and we didn't really talk much, but we did talk about music a little bit and what kind of earbuds they listen to. So on the side, I was buying me some of these AKG earbuds at a discount, and I bought them sort of to sell it to have a side hustle. But then I listened to the audio, and I cannot figure out if there was something wrong with it. So I'm thinking, I don't like these. I'm not sure if I can sell these without getting bad reviews online. I'll just give it to my friend here as a friendly, innocent gift. Keep that in mind. It was just a friendly, innocent gift. So in one of the areas here during the afternoon, the lights were out, but I knew she was back there about ready to leave. So I was going to walk up and sort of give this to her, which this in a way would have been an apology gift, where I decided to be funny one day, where she borrowed this street sweep of mine that my boss bought for me to help with my work. And I went up to her sternly and I was like, "Hey, girl, yeah, that thing you're using right there, my boss gave that to me, right? You can't be touching that." But then I could tell, I think I broke her, where she was just half smirking, looking at the ground, I just scared her, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that was yours, I won't use it anymore, I'm sorry, I promise, I won't use it anymore. And I was trying to say something "Hey, I'm joking, you can use it, it's all cool, you're good." And she was still kind of looking at the ground, mumbling, and I just walked away, be "Oh gosh, I broke this, I think I broke her." So I would have gave this to her and told her, "Hey, I'm sorry about that." Has she remember that happened about a few weeks ago prior to this. So I walk into this dark room, no lights on, and I go up to her and I say, "Hey, girl, hey, do you got a second so I can?" And she kind of stops. She says, look, freaked out, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna go over here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she walks away, and I became self-aware of my surrounding areas in this big dark room. It seems like the perfect scene for a murder scene, and I was thinking, oh gosh, would she think I was going to kidnap her or something, or kill her? Shortly afterwards, I found out she didn't work there anymore, which I already felt oh no. And then I talked to a friend about it, and he told me that, she just went overseas, part of J term, and that's when I was like, oh, that's it. And then we both kind of joked that I scared her. After telling them the story, that's when we both joked, saying I scared her to another country. Alright, so how does these come into play for the last story? So obviously I saved the best story for last, and which this story is sort of a culmination of everything. There was this coworker of mine. She was a bit on the flirty side, and guess what? She's actually a Christian, so I was cool with that. Flirt with me all you want. And it sort of got to a point where she would say some questionable stuff, and I had to go to one of her friends, ask her, "Hey, does she have a boyfriend or something?" And I guess I was sort of explaining that, no, that's just how she is. She'll do stuff, doesn't really mean anything. And I was thinking, oh, okay, so it's just normal for people to just ask you, "David, if you abducted me, what would you do with me?" And legit, she asked me that, and I told her, I don't know, what would Jesus do? And she just got a big crack out of that. And I was thinking, huh. That's what just friends say to each other. I wasn't sure if she actually liked me or if it was just part of her flirting that meant absolutely nothing. But I would try to match her sense of humor and just say any wacky stuff I would say, and she seemed like she got a kick out of it. I guess I sort of gone a little too far. She saw me driving with somebody, which happened to be my pastor, and she said, "Oh, I saw you driving with somebody past Pierce," and I was like, oh yeah, that's me driving my boyfriend and I around. And she had a look like, really? You just said that. If she was really off put by that, she didn't tell me that initially. But it got to a point where she was getting less flirty. And one Sunday, a friend of ours gave us a ride back to our places. And I was sort of joking back and forth. I could tell she was kind of like tuning out what I was saying. And then the lady driving us, she says, this is your mom's place, right? I was like, yeah. And I was thinking, oh no, this girl's gonna find out I'm living with my mom. Abort, abort, abort. And I was like, oh yes, my brother's place. Oh, how I miss my brother. Since my actual home's in Chicago. And my crush was like, David, you know lying is a sin, right? And I was like, true. But if lying is a sin, then why'd you dye your hair purple that one day, even though you said purple was your least favorite color? Ha! Got you. I didn't say the last part, but even though I really wanted to. But then I kind of did the joke again, and she finally messaged back saying, hey David, I'm getting really annoyed at these jokes you're making. I don't find them funny at all. Please just stop making them. And I was like, alright, I'm sorry about that, and blah blah blah, and I just thought we were all good. And then around Christmas, I had my 2 pair of these, and obviously I don't have the other one, which you'll find out here in a second. But I decided I was going to give her the one I meant to give to my other friend from the other story I was talking about, which she never probably knew I was going to give her the gift in the first place. But what I was going to do was give her one of the boxes of these 8kg earbuds. But instead of having the earbuds, it would just been rocks. So I went up to her and I was like, hey, girl. And she seemed like she was like, oh, hi, David. But it just seemed fake. Like she didn't want to talk to me. Anyways, her friends sort of left and gave her nice and space. So I can only imagine what they were reacting to during this whole ordeal. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry if I was really being weird at any point during this year. I know I probably implied I might have a crush on you, but I can tell that you probably never had the same feelings towards me. So if you want to, we can be friends, and I'll be totally cool with that. And she said, yeah, we can be friends. I was like, oh, cool. Well, as part of my friendship, here's this friendship gift I want to give to you, since you're my friend now. So she takes it, and I had to coach her to open it. So she's opening it up, and she sees the rocks. And I was like, that's for leaving me on red on Instagram. And she's like, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, yeah, you better be. I do a 360 spin. I was like, that's what I would say if I was a mean guy, which I'm not. Here's your actual gift. So I give her the one with the actual earbuds. And then I went to my pastor, and I was like, yeah, we're just going to be friends now. The year after that, we still not talked. A buddy of mine who worked there, he said he saw her with her boyfriend. I don't know if they were dating the entire time, but he said he saw them, and he just went up to her and he says, hey, David really misses your friendship. And he said that she said, I miss everybody else that works here. I was thinking, oh. I was like, well, why would you tell her that, man? I don't want to get in the way of any of this. She doesn't like me. And then after that, I saw that she unfriended me on Instagram. So I think she had a simple message.
Keep my name out your mouth!
I'm going to. Okay.
At this point, 28 years of being by myself, I think I kind of came to full acceptance of that, because I will say a while ago, I was just sort of getting like really, like just feeling pity, like sorry for myself, just like asking God, why does nobody actually want me? I was like, why am I in this situation? You know, just simple pity stuff. And then I had a conversation with a guy. I might make a video of this soon, but I had a conversation with a guy while I was doing trash here, and we had a 2-hour long conversation. And I think it gave me some revelation that it's really not about what we want or how we want things to be done during our timing, but it's all about God's timing. Maybe God does not want me to be with somebody. It could be for that very reasons, like one, I made a vow to God I would never get married. Maybe God's going to have that be in my life, or maybe I just need to work on myself more for His glory, do something with myself. He might have somebody out there for me. Or maybe God heard my hours long of just pity party, and He says, I'm not going to give you what you want, but I'm going to send an older gentleman to talk with you for 2 hours, and then you might understand it, why you're in the situation that you are. So that's just how I interpret the situation. But anyways, that's my life story pretty much. So Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. See you next time. Okay, obviously not a TED Talk, but like I said, different video. Hope y'all got a kick out of it. Hopefully you learned something from it. Hopefully I just took this weird idea for a video, and hopefully I made a good sermon out of it. Hallelujah. But anyways, I just say, trust God's timing. I'm still wanting to know what God has for me, because He's the only one that can bring fulfillment to your life. If you have like somebody, like a wife, brought into your life, that's just a blessing from God. But I'm already blessed with God enough, and I'm able to find contempt in that. Thank you all very much for watching. You stay blessed. Thank you.